And that's supposed to be, we running late with that. We should be done with that by now. Okay.
Exactly. Baby, ain't no money involved. We don't need discussion. No treasure.
I'm going to ask that everyone be mindful that it is, 14 of us in here. So can we go through, I know Zoom has, you can raise your hand so that the person running the meeting can see who would like to speak and acknowledge them, because otherwise it's going to be a shit show. Does everybody know where that is?
No, I'm communications.
To me, my iPad. I'm using Zoom on a computer. Chef, you said we're just acknowledging.
Ooh.
Yes.
What?
Yes, Madam Commissioner. It is with the reactions. If you go to the bottom of your screen and look under reactions, above the emojis is raise your hand. Demonstrated like such.
Oh, yeah. I see it. So I see it now. Okay, but I don't see your hand raised, Kappa. I do
took it
now.
down.
Okay. Oh, no. So I'm going to say and be right back. I don't see your hand raised, Kappa. Does it pop up in the chat?
Look up at the top.
I can see it in the top left corner.
Yeah, it's going to be on the top left corner of her profile picture for her video live. That's where you see the hand raised.
Can you see her profile picture, Chef?
I see it now. Yes, I see it's next to her profile. It's not in the chat. Okay, yeah. I see it.
I think that the commissioner should be a U.S. resident.
Oh, not you trying to overthrow.
Negro.
I think you're just a sore loser.
Damn, not Kev trying to overthrow already.
I will be a dual citizen, sir.
Kev, don't be trying to form no coup now. Okay?
We ain't made it an hour yet with the commission, and it's already a coup against me.
We finna storm the Zoom, guys.
We gonna storm the Capitol?
Yeah, we finna storm the Zoom, guys. Y'all that voted us out of every goddamn thing.
All right, so Vice Commissioner, as you stated, this was something that you came up with. So I'm going to open the floor up to you so that you can remind everybody as to why we are here. And I'll mute.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm really not looking at the comments because I'm trying to...
You done me?
Oh, damn, bitch.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, good evening, everybody. I came up with this thought. There were actually other creators that were on the same wavelength as me, and it just so happened that it all culminated together. A lot of us have had disagreements on the app, or have been associated with others that have had disagreements on the app, and whether we were directly or indirectly contributing. We all have been a contributing factor to a lot of madness. It's a lot of us are taking our quest to grind an axe or to exercise a personal vendetta too far. I think a lot of us allow our platforms to be used to spew hate, even through the comments. We go under the guise of I can't control what my people say. These are grown people, can't. But as creators, influencers, bloggers, whatever we call ourselves, we control the content. And when you control the content, you control the atmosphere, and even also of the mindset around the people that are listening to that said content. as the older heads, everybody's a content creator, so whatever. But as the older heads, the ones that's been around the block for 2-3 years, have struggled to build platforms, even when it was hard to build those platforms. Many of us have lost, had to rebuild pages, had to reclaim pages that were banned, and a lot of it is due to our own fault. It is our own doing and undoing, and we allow ourselves to be either initiate, instigate, or pulled into things that go too far. And my concern is that it's going to go way too far, where somebody's going to get hurt or something. It's not my. I don't have an axe to grind with anybody. As far as any disagreements I've had with anyone, there's a level of remorse. I was listening to Candace Owens' interview with Joe Budden. It's an interesting listen, y'all. Y'all should really go and listen to what Candace Owens had to say. And I think we need to understand the agenda and use our numbers for our benefit rather than our detriment. And that's the point that I think that we're getting to, is or that we've already arrived at. Our numbers are used to our detriment rather than our benefit. Collectively, we make a difference. We're talking about millions of people that's represented just in this very room. We're just a small portion of the content creators and the streamers that are out there. So, and people listen to us. So I just think that collectively we should have some form of an agenda as to how we react to even social concerns that may need our attention, much less how we handle each other in times of disagreement on this app. I submit and yield.
Okay, thank you, Vice Commissioner.
Excuse me.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak in reference to why we are here and the point of the commission even coming together?
I'd like.
Basically, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'd like to make a point. One of the things that I think we need to touch on is making sure that everybody is included in regards to whatever we set forth. If we're saying, we're not going to do XYZ, it still includes people that are not in the Zoom or in the collective, because a lot of people are having concerns that because they're not a part of the collective, does that mean they're fair game? Or does that leave them out as far as no protection, if that's what we're saying we're providing, or anything like that? They feel like they're going to be sitting ducks because they're not a part of the collective. So I think that one of the things we need to make sure is that we're including everybody and not just making certain rules for certain people.
Madam Commissioner. Oh, I'm sorry. May I have... this is Kappa. I would like to read a statement from someone's dedicated supporter. Would that be okay?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
It says, please set boundaries for how far a person can go when they're discussing any topic or person. Determine what you as a creator deems a good follower or supporter entails, and whether it's worth keeping those who carry bones to create chaos. Maybe they get muted the entire live, and if the behavior continues, maybe they get blocked or muted for a certain amount of time with an explanation as to why. They are not allowed to comment for whatever time frame. I know we are all grown, but the behavior needs to be deterred. Everyone's definition of respect and disrespect is different, but some people who are allowed on panels are consistently problematic and disrespectful. How can we limit that? I don't want to silence the person, and then the screenshot cuts off, but that's what was stated, given to me to read to the commission for consideration.
Oh, thank you for that submission. That's a big statement. Go ahead, Trev.
Okay, so I was listening to Kappa read the statement. I've come across several rooms, and I know this is being live streamed on all the platforms. Everybody is running it, but I've come across several rooms in which they're highly in doubt that this will work. They're questioning if this means that only the 14, 15 of us would be protected, and it would be fair game on them. I went into a few rooms yesterday, and I had to explain that pro-peace does not mean anti-anybody. But they continue to, I guess, try to push, or they're looking into that narrative. There are also, I'm also noticing that there are creators, handfuls of them, creators and bloggers that are coming together to more or less so say, no, this will not work. And I think that, unfortunately, I will have to say, there may be some jealousy or some heatedness. I have encouraged bloggers to create a group. And I also told commenters they should probably go create a group, because there's a lot of people who are upset based off of names and, we weren't invited to that group. And does that mean now that we're up? So I have encouraged them to also create groups. I just wanted to say.
Okay, thank you.
I would like to add to that. I have also reached out to a popular creator as well to create a different group that will be addressing female issues, and I'm interested to see where that can go. I too have heard the same things and read the same things, that this will fail because there's too many egos in one room. However, I'm optimistic that this will be successful because everybody that's at the table represent a collective of people that's ready to see some kind of change. Once we establish what that change look like and what that success look like, we all can work towards it and be successful.
Okay, AK, I saw your hand first.
Hey,
I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Can everybody mute except AK? Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
AK.
Yeah, so I want to be as realistic as possible. You know, when we say someone is afforded protection, it gives me like a mob mentality, like a mafia, and that frightens me. I want us to be very careful with the language that we utilize, because I just don't think saying protection. I think more so, if we're standing on something, are we about, what are we about? As far as anybody else, I don't. The only people who I think we eliminate in terms of like what we care about, what they say, are the bloggers. Bloggers don't, or the T pages. They don't show their face, so I don't really care what they have to say, because they're never going to show their face and things like that. They're never going to stand on what they say. So I think as long as we establish that there's a difference between what they're doing versus what other people are doing, I think we can continue the conversation very much that way.
Okay, but I'll pose the question to you. What about those bloggers who have revealed their identities and we know who they are?
Well, then, yeah, that's different, right? They've revealed their identity, so now then there's somebody to have a conversation with. For people who have it, it's just a wall there. You're never going to know who they are unless they reveal, right? So that's different. If they reveal who they are, then obviously there's a conversation to be had.
Okay, K-Dub, I saw your hand next.
Madam Commissioner, I simply just want to have the record reflect that we are not for division. That is not what this is about. This is for unity in itself. This is not the collective against the people. So I just want to get that on the record. That's not what this is, so we don't have to worry about who needs protection, who does not need protection from the collective. That's not what this is. This is not a club of sorts. This is a group of people who want to come together to be the beginning of something bigger than themselves.
AK, can you mute, sweetie?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Kay. Duly noted. Kev?
I see where she's coming from as far as the message is concerned. And as as the group that's starting this, I do feel like there should be a process, right? If a smaller creator is having a problem with a troll or somebody that's constantly, somebody else on the app or whatever, and they bring it to one of us, we should bring it to each other and see how we want to go. It's not something, I don't think, I agree with Karen in that regard, because it creates a bullying mentality, and we don't want anybody to feel like we're trying to bully nobody that we run them, right? So, but if our objective is to change the way, because we know who those problematic people are. We know the ones that go from platform to platform to platform, just spewing hate, starting mess, being in the middle of mess, instigating. This is not an effort to control anybody's platform. It's a concerted effort to try to change the mindset of how we platform. Genty should not be my content. Genty should never be in my background. None of us should be in each other's background. If a smaller creator comes to one of us or it says, look, this person keeps putting me in their background or whatever, and the commission activates, I think there should be a process. But the main thing is, the starting point is that we stop doing it, right? Is that we stop doing it. We understand that there are creators that aren't as large as us, and so if our mindset is changing, they ain't got nothing to worry about, because they're not going to be open game, at least not with us, because our mindset is already changing, that we're doing something different, so they ain't got that to worry about. They can find something different to worry about, and if they have a problem with that from somebody that's actually affiliated and as a part of the movement, then that's when we can't go around policing TikTok. That's not our goal, is to try to police what everybody's doing and how they're doing it, this, that, and the other. Because you never, if they come to us, then you don't have to worry about it being a blog page or a recap page or whatever, because they're coming to us. It's not up for us to go out and worry about how everybody else is facilitating their pages and getting along with their supporters. It's about the abuse of it all. I don't want us to get bogged down with semantics. We understand, if our mindset is changed, then we already know that the smaller creators are not on our radar as far as what we're talking about. I submit.
Madam Commissioner, may I be recognized? Chef?
Forgot I was on mute. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I forgot I was on mute. Go ahead.
That's okay. King John T has his hand up.
Yeah, I saw him. Go ahead, Johnson. Sweetie, we can't hear you if you're talking.
I'm sorry, my son was asking me to do something. All right, so you guys want me to answer as to give my input as to why we're all here, our individual reasons. So my main reason and the only reason only is, again, I'm not trying to police nobody's platform and stuff like that, but there's been a certain few creators that has made their rounds in each of our platforms for the past 3-4 years, and because of us constantly giving them a platform, they've been able to spread lateral violence, physical violence, make literal threats that put a lot of people's lives in danger, specifically Black women. You got one creator that sat here that wanted to get, claimed to put a Black man in jail, then bragged about it on the internet. Then you got that one short Mexican dude, whoever the hell his name is, going around doing Cash App threats to women who follow us and support us. Those people cannot be platformed anymore. We all sit here and say we protect Black women, we love Black women, this, that, and the third, but then we keep platforming these motherfuckers like we don't know that they be putting people's lives in danger, especially Black women and Black children. So my only concern is that we never platform those certain people, and I think you should make a list of those people to never, and I mean ever, be platformed again. I think collectively, with as big as our platforms are, if we just put our ego and our pride to the side, and I know that's crazy coming from me because I got the biggest ego and I'm the most prideful motherfucker in this room. by a mile. But I feel that those certain individuals, and if I have to put a name on it, I'll put a name on it. And I know like 15 million people streaming, so I don't give a fuck. The two main people I'm talking about is Street Scholar and Blaze. These two individuals should never be platformed in our spaces again. They should never be mentioned in our spaces again. They should never even be allowed in the comment sections again. One individual does cash app threats. The other one sits here and lies on black men, falsely accusing them of SA, lying on black women, falsely accusing them of SA, running propaganda shit, playing AIs of shit that people didn't even say, weaponizing people's marriages when his whole ass wife called this motherfucker slow, and this motherfucker gets a platform. Because why? We're bored and we need views that bad? Nah, fuck those people. They should never, ever, ever be platformed again. And that's the only concern that I had in this whole thing. And that's my only gripe. And I yield my time.
Okay, before we continue, Kappa, how do I need to make a propose to extend the meeting because we've already gone 2 minutes over?
Madam Commissioner, we can poll the participants to see if you would like to extend or continue and table the topics at hand for another date, setting the date in the future. It will be your choice.
Okay. I know several people have scheduled lives, so I'm going to... we said an hour. We were just getting things started. Secondly, before I say, I'd also like to note for the record, I believe moving forward we need to put a time of 2.5 minutes on open floor discussions once being recognized, because it's a lot of us, and that way we don't have this issue every meeting. So we have two things on the floor currently. First is, how do I do that? Just yay or nay, or a vote of yes or no?
Yes, yay or nay is yes or no. So your first item to be added to the agenda for voting would be, are you going to extend or are you going to end the meeting? So I guess you would ask what they want. What do they want to extend?
Like to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bella just texted me and said that she had to go, so she dropped out of the meeting. So if everybody is muted perfectly, I'm going to go through the list, and I would like for you to submit your vote to extend or to cut the meeting and carry it over for a later date. So one is extend, the other is carry over for a later date. Wadley, how do you vote? You have to unmute, baby.
Rick, that's you.
He is gone.
Okay, we'll skip Rick.
Oh, there you go.
We'll skip Rick and come back to him. Ms. Nitra, how do you vote? Extend or carry over the meeting?
I think everyone should be here, so carry over.
Thank you. Kay?
Carry over.
Thank you. T?
I say carry over, but there's address before we do eat.
I didn't understand that last part. Carry
Oh my
over.
God. Kale.
But there's one thing to address before we eat.
Did anybody understand that?
Kev, go on mute.
Kev has feedback.
Okay, can you try it again, T?
I'm okay with carrying it over, but there's one thing that I need to address that Genty said before we end.
Okay, Rick, I see you've unmuted.
Yeah, I said carry it over. Carry it over.
Carry over. Okay, Genty.
Sorry, guys, my bad. Yeah, if everyone is not here, then we can carry it over.
Petty.
Carry over.
Slim.
This nigga
Slim, you're
sleep.
muted. Okay, I'll skip Slim for the moment. Kev?
I'm staying.
Okay. Slim, I see you unmuted.
No, I said traveling.
I'm sorry, what?
Traveling.
Traveling?
Well, somebody was carrying. I thought they was traveling.
Slim.
You know what?
Carrying and traveling not even the same thing.
This man is so unserious, bro. I swear
One is walking with the ball, one is holding the ball.
Hey, y'all ain't gotta mute me. I don't want to reach all the way up there to my phone. When I'm not talking, I mute my headphones. So y'all ain't gotta mute me.
Okay. Trip?
Yes, I think we should extend. But if we have to come back, I'm fine with that too.
Okay. Karen?
I think we should extend, but, we can carry over as well.
Kappa?
I think we should extend.
Okay. I also think we should extend. I believe the result, the total is actually over. Silent, can you record it for me? Yeah, 7 to carry over. Okay. The other motion on the floor before we dismiss is
Carry over. If everybody wants to carry. I can add to the extend.
Oh, I thought extend. I ain't gonna lie to you. Whatever we doing, know what I'm saying? Like, we black. I ain't think that we was gonna finish in the right amount of time. No way. So I guess if you're gonna extend, just extend. I thought y'all were talking about carry over, like we gonna carry the meeting over the time that we said. I didn't know.
Carry over means to continue it for a later date.
Oh, my God.
Oh, okay. Yeah, travel.
Okay, let's revote.
Flavor 5.
We're going to extend the current meeting, or we're going to dismiss. That's what we'll say. Extend the current meeting, or dismiss and go to a future date. Okay, so extend or dismiss. We're going to start again with Johnson.
Dismiss, or I come back at another time.
Okay, thank you, John T. Rick?
Dismiss.
Okay, thank you, Rick. Miss Nitra?
Dismiss.
Thank you, Miss Nitra. Kay?
I'm sorry. Are we still voting to carry over or dismiss? Carry over or
extend. Extend the current meeting or dismiss it for the day.
Extend. Nothing will be taken care of in an hour. I think we kind of knew that.
Okay. T?
Extend.
Thank you. Petty?
Dismiss. And I just like to make a suggestion. That if we set a time, we do need to be here at that time, and we need to dismiss at that time. We all have other things to do and platforms to run, so we do schedule things. So I think we need to be mindful of that. And also going forward, I believe we need to make a choice, not say it doesn't matter. Make a choice, because now we just having to waste time going back to do a vote we already did. That falls into we running late. So if we can make a definite decision when you vote, and then that way it's clear and we don't have to do it over again.
So noted. Thank you, Patty. Slim?
Shrink.
Slim?
Dismiss. Or extend. No, I'm going to say extend, because I don't wait enough time.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't wait enough time.
Kev?
Extend.
Thank you. Trip?
So I'm going to say extend the meeting, and I also had a suggestion, Chef. In the future, if we do something like this, you could just have everybody raise their hand if they want to stay, or not raise their hand if they want to carry over, and that would save us just a little bit of time.
Very smart. So noted. Thank you, Trip. AK?
Extend.
Okay. Kappa.
Extend.
Thank you, Kappa. I also vote to extend. Simon, can you give us the result?
Thank you for the cash out.
Oh my God.
T, you're not muted, sweetie.
Jesus.
I was just joking.
7 to extend. Okay, so we will extend the meeting until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That gives us a little bit, about 47 minutes to...
Yeah. I apologize, Commissioner. I was muting everyone. Can you please unmute and continue your statement?
I was saying, so it has been voted that we extend this current meeting. I propose we take it until 8 p.m. That is 47 minutes from now. Should we come to a resolve sooner than that, then we will end the meeting before that stated time.
I second, as well as I would like the floor to recognize Aunt Karen, who's had her hand up for an extended amount of time.
She has. And then T, I know you had something you wanted to say also. So AK?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. You know what? I don't know. I should untap that. So my bad. Okay. I don't have it.
T, there was something you wanted to say based off what John T said earlier? T, you have to unmute, baby.
Okay, what I wanted to go into what Genty was saying about not platforming certain people. So if we're not going to platform the people, we also shouldn't be able to discuss those people either, because it's not fair to be able to discuss certain people, but then people can't platform. They shouldn't be platformed in any way, shape, or form.
Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, who the fuck are they? The stuntmen? Fuck them. That's all I'm saying. Like we gave these people too much energy for the past 4 years, so much so that they got their own platforms just by talking shit about us. And enough is enough. They putting too much people's lives in danger and shit. Criminal records being shown, people going to jail, people getting jumped on. Like, it's too much. Like, somebody literally gonna get unalived over this shit. And it starts with us, bro. That's what I was saying. And yes, and I agree with T-Tom. That includes never mentioning these fuckers again.
Okay. Kappa, I saw your hand was raised.
So the temperature will be whether or not I could go without talking about those two individuals that's on the table right now. And yes, I can. And I agree, because I can honestly tell you that no matter what's said or done pertaining those two individuals, I feel as though if you have a conflict with those two, and you go over to their platform and you jump in their box, you are now taking your haters that was watching you and hating you over to their fucking platform, and now they form these super clusters of illiterate ass, fucked up mouth, fucked up hairlining, having ass fucking haters. And then we wonder why we have so many trolls. Well, you just took your group of people that hated you, that was watching your live, over to their live to explain to a motherfucker whose bathroom looked tragic and another motherfucker who DoorDash for a fucking living. So yes, I stand on the fact that those two going forward should not be platformed. They should not be mentioned. I do have drag talk, and I will delete those two individuals the fuck out of my game, even though I'm making moves on the game with them and about them. It's so many other things to talk about that I feel like consistently talking about them and things have been proven to be lies, to just ignore them and let them die the fuck out as a collective. No platforming, no going over to their platform to explain shit, no matter what they say. So, yes, I agree with the two that proposed that.
Thank you, Kappa. And I just want to let the record show she couldn't help herself. She had to get that last one in. Kev, I see your hand is raised.
I'm familiar with either one of them, so I have no dog in the fight. I'm not familiar with the history, the backdrop, haven't seen, so what I think is important is that if you got, I don't think, again, we don't want to turn into the TikTok police, right? We don't want to get to the point where we're trying to tell people how to run their platform. And I don't want to come off as bullies, y'all. We can't tell people what to do in that regard. It's about the behavior that we display and what we allow to go on our platforms. If one person sees something, like Genty mentioned, and that's going on another creator's platform that's a part of the coalition, I'm sure them two can have a conversation behind closed doors to try to, come to an agreement prior to having to activate. Some things we got to be careful about because, I'm going to use this as an example, but AK got some folks over there that can't stand Can't come. And if I come in here and even though I think somebody might have a different agenda or anything like that, got something else going on or anything like that, and I use what we're trying to do to exercise my personal vendetta against somebody, then it dilutes the whole purpose and meaning of what we're trying to do all together. That's just my personal opinion. I yield this.
And I understand where you're coming from with that, Kev, but respectfully, even with your initial statement as to what our call to order was, you gave the recommendation and suggestion. If a smaller creator is having an issue, they come to us. What is the point then? I mean, if it's not to isolate the problem and cut the cancer out, what is it? And I hear what you're saying. We can't tell people how to regulate their platforms. However, I think as a collective, everyone here knows, hell, I have a police report right now against Scholar myself. So I have personally been affected. I know what he can do, what he has done to me. And this isn't a personal vendetta. He's dangerous. If he like you, he like you. And that's okay if he like you. But if he doesn't, he will do what he can to take your platform down. So he is collectively a problem.
Yeah, I'm not nullifying that, right? I'm not trying to, diminish what Genty was saying, because again, I don't know either one of these people. Neither one of these people come in my platform. Neither one of them has been in my boxes. Not that I can recall. Now, they may, if I don't remember, they ain't shit. Because I remember pretty much everybody that comes up on our platform. And I've never had any association with either the two of them. So I'm not trying to dismiss, y'all's argument. What I'm saying is, make context. If somebody wants, I need to see, I got people in my chat because I am streaming as well that's confirming some of the things that y'all are saying and saying, yes, you're right. Is that
Can I jump in too when I get a chance?
Well, Petty was before you, and then you, Karen. Hold on, I think he's still talking, but he's coming through real rough.
Oh my
Karen,
God.
we can understand you if you're talking. Okay, Petty.
Madam Commissioner, I muted Kev because he's having audio issues.
Oh, you did that. Oh, okay. Petty.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be honest. like Aunt Karen said, we need to be careful of the language and what we say. This is one reason why I wanted us to not stream it, but the vote was the vote. Because some of the statements that were just made does make it sound like this is a witch hunt. It does sound like some of the purpose is to run people off of the platform. It does kind of seem like that, and I don't want anybody to think that's what the intent is. That our intent is to run people off of the app. At least that's not my intent. If somebody is being harmful, stop letting them up in your spaces. Stop letting them up on your panel, and encourage other people and let them know why they should not let them up on the panel. But again, some of the things that have been said, some of the language used, it looks like it is a witch hunt, and people that you don't like for whatever reason, whether they did something to you or not, the aim is to run people off of the app. And it needs to be made clear that is not the intent. Unless I'm wrong.
AK, I'm going to set your time for 2 minutes. Go, AK.
Okay, so I agree with what Petty was saying, and I think right now it doesn't sound like we have a clear agenda of what this meeting was supposed to be about. Because on one hand, we are saying like we gotta keep these certain people out of our platforms and things like that, and then on the other hand, we're saying, well, we want people to come to us. I guess I don't understand that, because why are we having people come to us if we can't really offer them any help? If we're not saying we're going to stand together on some sort of notion that if you go against, if Scarlett joins your platform and we tell you, hey, he is a detrimental to your safety and to the safety of other people you know, and if you decide to platform him, we can't help you. And when I say help you, I mean we can't give you resources. We can't do. Is that what we're saying, or are we saying, hey, you know what? Do what you do. Let live. If you start something, you start something. If not, or are we saying, hey, you guys, let's not bring up certain topics when we're going against each other. If we're going to go up against each other, let's not bring family, and let's not be posting kids. Let's not be posting religion and things like that. What are we saying?
I'm going to pose that question after I continue with the list. Tea time.
Okay, so we first need to come up with what disqualifies a person from being on the platform, because a person offending one person mean, okay, now we all have to be like, oh, we can't platform this person because I don't like what they said to me, I don't like what they did to me. What is it that would disqualify a person? I get why we're saying Scholar and Blaze, but what about people that have false allegations against them? Are we supposed to then deem them guilty until, if we're on where you got somebody that something happened and you got half of TikTok saying I'm with this person, half of TikTok saying you didn't do, are we all supposed to deem them because it's the right thing to do, to believe all the women, we're going to protect all Black women movement, and then we regret having to deplatform a person and ostracize a person falsely? So what is it that will deem that person not, admissible to be on our platform? We have to come up with some type of rules for that, or qualifications that this is the criteria of these people.
Okay, so right now we have the question of what deems a person to be considered an issue to where it's something that we have to address, and the other is, what did you say, Karen? I'm sorry.
What I was asking is, are we? It sounds like we're offering protection. Are we offering protection? If somebody comes to us, what does that mean? Or are we saying to people, hey, okay?
And so what qualifies a person? What qualifies it? And then what is our purpose when it? Not our purpose, but what are we going to do if someone has an issue with someone?
I'm not protect for anybody, but that's not what I thought we were doing, is offering protection. because my thing is, I thought we were setting an example of how to just be better creators. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. Not to run around here and say, hey, come to us and we will protect you. We're going to get a lot of people coming to us with issues, and we're not going to be able to know what's the issue, what's not an issue. So, we're going to be bringing all these things to the drawing board, and then somebody's going to be like, well, they thought mine wasn't important enough, or mine was more important than theirs. So I'm not in agreement.
Yeah, I'm not offering no protection. I'll tell you that now.
Okay, T. Thank you. Next on the list was Kay. Your time is starting.
Before we go any further, I have a motion to end all live streams. And the reason that I want to move to end all live streams is because if we are going to discuss how to, I don't want to say eliminate these issues and a threat, but to, how to handle these specific individuals, right? They could be potentially watching, i.e. us giving them the formula to our plan. So can we end the live streams? I move that we end the streams. I don't want...
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor to end all live streams in order to discuss.
But may I say something before all live streams are ended?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me give you an example of what I mean. Before we go any further, let me give you an example of what I mean. For school pew-pewers, right, in the event, they come up with protocols and things like that for school pew-pewers. However, these pew-pewers are students, so they know the protocols. They know what precautions to take or what's going to happen. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So they know how to get around it. They know how to hit,
I understand.
I move that we end our live streams.
I would like to say something before the live streams are ended. I didn't believe that the commission was going to come together to witch hunt anybody off of the app. I believe and I hope that the commission is coming together so that we set a standard. And that standard being, they can keep their platforms, they just can't get on ours and going to their lives or bringing them up into our lives or having them, fighting with people in the comment section or whatever. That creates the chaos we were talking about. So I wouldn't want to put a whole entire, it's probably 5 million followers across all of these platforms that all of us have. I wouldn't want to sit 5 million people on 2 individuals. Also, too, the last thing I would like to note, before we make a move on anyone pertaining to who can and can't do what, I will remind the floor, the body, the commission, that we should all collectively vote on that topic and may the best person win. So when it comes to those 2 individuals, that should be 2 separate votes. Evidence should be given or a speech, and then we will vote on if we are going to blackball them off of our platforms, not blackball them off the app. It's their right to be on the app. It's not their right to come to my page and sit in my live stream. That's not a right. That's a privilege. I yield.
I'll second that motion, Kava. Thank you. Miss Nitra, I saw you're next in line. Oh, well, wait, pause. I'm sorry. We have a motion on the floor to end all live streams as we further discuss how we move forward. I would like to put that motion on the floor. Is that right, Captain?
I think we should stay where we are. It's too late. We voted in the beginning. I said no in the beginning and others did, but it was overruled. I think we should keep going. We're too far in.
Yeah, I agree.
I object to that.
Kevin, you have terrible feedback, sweetheart. It's bad.
Can I say something on what we're talking on?
I'm finna end my live stream. I'm gonna end my shit.
The floor recognizes Miss Nitra.
I would like to say, first of all, I don't know Blaze and Skylar. So to me, it's not fair for me to say run them from anywhere. I didn't come in here to run anybody from anywhere. If it takes me removing myself from spaces that allow people to be platformed that's done something to me, I'm on that adult shit right now. Because if we gonna start turning in lists, I got a list. And it's not a shock to anybody in here who's on my list. I don't think that it's our duty to run anybody from anywhere. I thought we were coming in here as a collective group to see how we could be better influencers. I'm just not going to go in spaces and be in comment sections where people are being platformed, where it looks like they're unhinged or something's wrong or whatever. That's what I prayed on. I want to be a better content creator. I want to pass this because when I started out, I wasn't in this. People weren't. This news was my motto and my focus. I got unfocused because I'm feeling like I'm being attacked and I'm fighting back. I won't even say the names in here because this is not no shit show, and this is not a place for us to seem like we're doing what we did on TikTok. I didn't think it should have been streamed. I felt like we should have first looked like we have order and that we know what we're doing before we can even invite the public in. So I think that everything should be done in decent and in order. And I think that we should consider the next meeting keeping the public out. Because if we're trying to take something back to them, but if they're here, we should have done it on TikTok. And so I just say, stay out of places that affect you. Stay out of places where people will be allowed to be platformed. And then you work on your platform and we support one another to continue to grow up. Other than that, I'm quiet. And that's why I've been quiet. I just want to be better. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Sintra. So let me, and Johnny, tell me if I'm wrong, but what I heard you say, yes, you did say to run them off the app. However, the example that you gave was we as the collective, the 14 people that are in this meeting, there is no reason that we should be platforming or discussing them. Because again, the whole point of us was to be the example, excuse me, was to be the example of what should be. We would not discuss or have each other on the backdrops. And this is something that I actually just told Petty and Kappa in Petty's Live the other day when it came to one of those two mentioned is, why are we still talking about them? As long as you continue to talk about them, you continue to give them life because you got 1,000 people in here right now. So what I took from what Johnson said was we, the collective, no longer discuss those people, no longer platform.
What are you talking about?
No longer give
funded by the people. Ain't nobody making no damn money off of this. Ain't nobody sent no damn fund.
That fire will cease.
We doing this for free.
Is that a fair summation?
Out of the kindness of our heart.
Yes, I never said that we should, and I'm not saying anyone insinuated this, but I want to make it clear. I never said that we should be the TikTok police, like Kev said, and mass support them and get them off the internet. I never said anything like that. I'm saying if we're trying to be, better creators, that also means especially better Black creators that promote Black women, uplifting Black people, because that's what we all do. Besides the roasting and the messiness and the talking about racism and shit, at the end of the day, I think we can all agree that we all have said out our own mouths that we all protect Black women and Black kids and Black this and Black that. I believe we all have said that. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's at least how it came off from all of y'all, right? So if we are protecting the very people that literally are financially supporting us, and they are literally telling us these people need to not be mentioned or platformed anymore because we don't feel safe, right? Then that's all I'm saying. Like, you, again, Netra's right. I can't tell y'all what to do. Kev's right. I can't tell y'all what to do. I'm just pleading a case that if we all literally, in a perfect world, if we all just together and voted on never speaking on these people, never platforming these people, I think it would be a lot safer. And it's like more of a breath of fresh air when we all have these spaces. Like I've had Black women who have cashed at me and sent me gifts that literally got doxxed because they support me. They dox these people because they support me. They dox Kappa's people because they support Kappa. They dox Aunt Karen's people because they support Aunt Karen. That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do. I apologize if you guys think I'm trying to tell y'all how to run y'all spaces. Y'all already know I don't do that accountability shit. I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do. Y'all grown. I'm just saying it's done wonders for me not giving these people the platform that I used to give them. That's all I'm saying. I just want, like, if we're going to sit here and preach black women this, black women that, we got to stand on that. And if we're trying to be better creators on top of that, then why not set the tone and be like, this is not allowed. I don't care how many views I get from this person being in the box. This is not allowed. This is too much. This is too far. If it's somebody on the internet going back and forth with y'all and y'all roasting and shit like that, that's one thing. But once you start doxing and showing kids in the background and shit, you got to fucking go. That's just my opinion. But again, I yield. I apologize if anybody felt like I'm telling y'all what to do and shit. But like, enough is enough, man. This is not just about me being doxxed. My supporters are being doxxed now. My mutuals are being harassed for being mutuals with me. Same thing with Uncle, same thing with Kappa. It's gone too far and it's gone on way too long. Now you.
I agree. I understand where Genty is coming from, and that's why I asked if we can have stipulations who goes on that list. So respectfully, with not with what you're saying, with the way that the objective has been explained to me, I'm going to respectfully have to remove myself. And the reason why I'm going to remove myself is because I'm not here to be anybody's protector. Because that's what we're saying. When people come to us and ask for help as far as protecting them, that's not responsibility. That's a heavy responsibility to put on creators is to now deem us as these protectors for all of these other creators plus the comments. So I'm going to remove myself from the objective of the meeting unless the goes back into us just setting a standard as creators. I'm with everything that you guys are doing. That's just not something that I want to do. Is be a protector and somebody that we come to create this thing where, okay, we're going to take these people, we're going to stop these people and shut people down. I am one of those creators that do give a lot of grace. I give a lot of forgiveness. If people drag me and have come back to my platform, people have talked about my daughter, and I have came to allowed them back on my platform. There have been people that have also reached out to my daughter personally. Now, I haven't let them on my platform because I don't know who they are. So I've been through a lot as well on this app, and I just get through it. You know what I'm saying? But I've given a lot of forgiveness on my platform because there'll be a space where somebody will do all of these things to me, and everybody will platform them, and then when I bring them back, it's a big issue. So I don't want to create a no zone. You know what I'm saying? Now, with the people that Genty are talking about, I totally agree. But the problem here is, Genty, remember when things happened to you and things were said about Slim, and I'm doing this on purpose because you guys were not guilty in a lot of things. So when those type of people come about, what do we do with those type of people? Do we just ostracize them until it comes out what they didn't do, what people said they did? How do we go about that as a group? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you guys have lost your, reputation. The reputation has been ruined. You guys have been dragged through the dirt only to find out it wasn't what people said it was. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my space is always be open to people coming back, because I would hate for somebody to be ostracized and then you find out they didn't even really do the things people said they did. You understand what I'm saying? So.
No, I understand what you're saying. I get it. So here's a suggestion, right? If you decide to still...
I'm sorry, John T. The floor has to recognize you. The commissioner has to recognize you.
Oh, my bad. Oops. Sorry.
That's okay. Just to keep order. I'm sorry.
Before I recognize John T., Tripp has had her hand up for a while. Tripp,
thank you.
Thank you, and I'm gonna lower my hand now so I don't just keep taking up space. I want to first just, I guess, make a few things clear because I know it's being streamed. Do not come to Trip for protection. I am not the protector of any small-time creator. So do not come to me asking me to get so-and-so up off of you. That is not my job. I do not, run with the crew in which anybody can say, oh, well, we sick in the so-and-sos or so-and-sos on you. It's not a situation like that. I'm definitely interested. I didn't have any beef with anybody here except for Kev the Comic, and we squashed that and apologized to each other. So I don't have an issue with anybody else. I'm definitely attempting to keep the peace and remain that way with you guys. I don't intend on any of y'all going up in my backdrop or anything of that nature, but I will be very clear. There are definitely content creators, TikTokers. I'm just going to say individuals with accounts on TikTok who I am not a fan of. If we run into each other, I am not going to lie to this panel and tell them I'm going to be on my best behavior. I don't practice bullying. I don't dox. I will talk about your child, but your child will not go up in my backdrop. You will not go up in my backdrop. I don't dox. I don't dox, and I don't talk about children. But I do talk about children, but your kid ain't going up in my backdrop. But I will say this. Do not come to me. I understand that that's been said and people have been, viewing that. I am not an individual that you're going to come to and ask to get somebody up off your ass. Whatever you started, you need to be able to finish. Do not think you are going to go around starting shit with people and then you're going to run to us and we're going to say, oh, y'all better not bother them. That's not the case. In regards to this other thing about telling certain people to get off the app, I understand what Genty is saying full-heartedly. However, I must say this. We all do not like and dislike the same people. You know what I'm saying? There are plenty of us on this app who get along with certain ones and don't get along with others. Some of us like the blog, some of us don't. So I think start from here moving forward, we can set a standard and say if people are doing A, B, and C, we as the collective will remove them from our page. But we cannot go backwards and say, oh, we're going to start blocking or running people off. And I'm not going to say we can't. I couldn't do that because, like I said, we do not all have issues with the same people. Some of us love people who are very, very problematic, and our definitions of problematic are very different. Somebody may say it's the people in the comments. Another person may say it's the ones that come up on the panel. So I think that's discretion there when we go with that part. And I'm going to go ahead and yield because I can go forever.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trip. Okay, so the hands that are still raised, I see Kev, Petty, AK, and K-Dub. I want to make sure everybody's intending to have their hand raised.
Oh, let me take my hand.
I yield the floor to Kev. Kev, you have 2 minutes.
I absolutely agree with Trip. I absolutely agree with the Tea Time and Chop. Kappa, excuse me, Kappa.
He called her Chopper.
That's not the goal here. When I said that, it wasn't literal. When I said, well, maybe that, it's not literal. I know my dumb ass, my snaggletooth ass is the one that threw that up in the air, but it wasn't meant for everybody to catch it. I think we put in the cart before the horse. We're getting into things that we haven't even established, like Aunt Karen said, a true agenda for what we actually, our purpose is going to be. And now we're throwing up names of folks that we want off the motherfucking app ASAP, or we want, blackballed ASAP, whatever the terminology we want to use. That's not where we all intended to go with this, right? This meeting was established to get something established as far as creator behavior, right? We have to first start with creator behavior. And I understand, allowing people to come in and out your platform and spew hate, this, that, and the other, and they got history or whatever. That's on the back end of things. I'm talking about the front end of things as far as how we treat each other and how we project.
You have 30 more seconds, Karen.
Well, you just ate up 5 seconds of just telling me I ain't got 30 more. Okay, so it's about how we're projecting it, not us coming together to run folks off or be the TikTok police or anything like that. We have to establish a code of ethics amongst ourselves.
Okay, come on.
Thank you, Kev. Slim, was your hand raised intentionally, or did you not lower it last time?
Yeah, my hand raised intentionally.
Okay. Floor yields to Slim.
Oh, all right. So what I was gonna say is, if it's what are we actually trying to come together and do here? You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no consequence for anything, right? Other than we just kick them out the circle. There is no protection for anyone. Like, what are we really trying to accomplish? Did we just have a whole town hall meeting just to be like, hey, we big, we black, and we creators, we popular, we gonna stop talking about each other? This just could have been conducted as a ceasefire. But if there's not gonna be if there's no consequences, there's nothing for people to hold and take accountability to. If people violate the rules, there's nothing for them to lose, really. You just go back to doing what you do on your own platform. If there's no resources for smaller creators to come up and ask for like that we can assist them with, shit, there's no reason for them. It all starts to become pointless. Only thing we've agreed on that makes logical sense right now is kicking Blaze and Scholar, keeping them out of our platforms. But other than that, I haven't heard any really compelling arguments that let me know that we got a real purpose to outside of just we sitting on this bitch signing real important talking about nothing. And I ain't trying to be funny.
Okay.
Yes, you is.
Okay. Come on.
Are you done, Slim?
I'll yield.
Okay. So I agree, and I think that's where we are right now. I think that we need to establish, because when that word protection was stated, first thing came to my head, I can't do that. I ain't got that in me. I'm not built that. It's too much on in these TikTok shoots. So, and I get that Kev was just giving an example, but I do feel like right now we're all kind of saying the same thing. What is it that we're trying to establish? I believe that answer was and is, we're trying to establish a standard as to what we as creators are no longer going to do to each other, and then set up I'm not going to say a standard operating procedure, but set up something. And that's the question, what is that something? Before I recognize Patty, you have 2 minutes, Patty.
Okay, I think at this point, we just need to table it because we're going around and around in circles and people are just getting the wrong idea. I think the next thing that we need to do is have a mission statement so that it is clear what the purpose and intention is. So what I recommend is that every person on the panel right now write a 2-sentence, take your time and think about it, write a 2-sentence mission statement, what it is that you think should come out of this group. What do you think the purpose is or should be? Okay? 2 sentences and send them to me. I'm going to go over them, compile them, and come up with a common mission statement so that there's going to be no miscommunication about what we here for, what we stand for, what we're doing, what we ain't doing. If you don't know what a mission statement is, Google it. A 2-sentence mission statement. Send it to me and I'll put everything together. Because right now we just spent 30 minutes going round and round in circles. Talking about stuff we said in the beginning. So I don't want us to have to do that again because we can't go forward if we keep revisiting stuff that we already talked about. I'm done.
I'm not sure if I was next. Am I next?
Yes. Okay, you're next. Okay. You have 2 minutes left.
Because I thank you. I just want to say this before I leave. I think we missed entirely the point that John T was trying to make. And here's what I feel. I feel like I should be able to, if we're going to hold this group, I feel like I should be able to go to Tea Time and say, Tea Time, that guy Scala in your panel, just so you know, he has openly said that he would R-word a 2-month-old. And you understand and listen to me on that. Not to say like, hey, I got to see him say it in my panel before I can believe you that he would say something like that. That's what I feel like John T was saying, and that's where I feel like we should all be. We should be at the point where we go to each other and say, hey, just so you know, this guy, because there's no like records that you need. There's certain things you don't need, or there are certain things that can be easily proven that someone has said, and go, hey, just so you know, if you are going to let that person on, it will backfire. Now, hey, you do what you want because I can't control you, but I just want you to know. That's what I feel like that Genty was trying to get at, and that's what I'm trying to get everybody else to understand. It shouldn't be a mafia. It shouldn't be a protection. Like Tripp said, I can't protect you, but what I can do is come to you and say, I know that this person has said some stuff that you may not like, and I think you should be safe. That's it. And I think that's what I was hoping would come from this. And T, I only used your name because I saw you first. That's it. I did not to say that I'm not trying to say that happened, just so people understand.
You're fine.
All right, guys. Thank you. You guys have a good night.
Wait.
Boo. Baby said I'm gone.
I just want something moving forward for us to think about too when we write a statement, if it's okay, is
So recognize each time you have 2 minutes, love.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. How, like, what is the conduct that warrants me to be removed or added? Like, what qualifies people to be a part of this movement and not a part? In my opinion, I think that, and this is things people have asked me, but in my opinion, I just feel like we're starting something. It doesn't mean anybody's excluded from it. I just think that it's
sorry, T-Time. This is Kappa. I must interrupt you.
That's not part of a mission statement.
On the floor that must be settled prior to moving to another topic. There's a motion on the floor that's open prior to moving to another topic. It was presented to the commission.
The open motion.
It was presented to the commission whether or not the commission will move forward with excommunicating certain creators, and how would that look prior to doing so.
Okay.
So we must make a decision on that before we move to another topic.
Got it.
So on the previous topic, this is Kappa, I would like to state that I don't believe anybody should be going to anybody about anybody's platform, period, because feelings are going to be hurt. And people don't always see things the whole way. I believe that any problematic creator that comes to the attention of the commission should be brought to the commission, whether it be virtually or in the meeting, whether we stream it or don't stream it, and it should be open for discussion. Because at the end of the day, what T-Time finds offensive and what I find offensive will be 2 different things. I believe that a vote should be taken given the information that's presented by the person that's bringing a grievance, and then the entire board, the entire commission should follow what the commission recommends. So if we vote on 2 individuals to not be on people's platforms and not be on to keep a safe environment for our followers, then we accept that vote to stand, as we will not allow these individuals in our environments and on our platforms, not to protect anybody, but simply to hold the integrity of your platform as it stands without bringing problematic individuals into the platform. We should not be going to each other and saying, you shouldn't put that person on the board. We should be going to the commissioner and saying, this person did this, and they're cycling around that creator. Can we bring them for a vote before the commission? Once that vote's taken, we accept the outcome of that vote, whether it be yay or nay. I yield.
Okay, so.
Wow.
Still didn't vote.
Did we come up with something what I was saying, or do we need to? Where are we going?
So I guess we do need to address the motion that's already been placed on the floor before we continue with where you were going as far as the second part of that motion.
Can I say something right quick? Just something real quick.
Who said that?
Petty, yeah. I don't think we're at a point where we can really vote on anything, because we don't have a clear and concise agenda, whatever you want to call it. We don't even have it set in stone what we're really here for. So how can you vote on What you gonna do about this? Are we gonna allow that? We don't even know what we doing. We don't even have that set in stone yet. So how can we vote on anything if we hadn't even got that clear yet? We ain't even got that far yet.
I totally agree.
Okay, so let's do this because we have 3 minutes left. I'm not going to put forth another motion to extend again. So I'm going to take Petty's last suggestion, and we need everyone to send Petty what you would say, 2 sentences?
A 2-sentence mission statement. If you don't know what a mission statement is, please Google it. Please. Pretty please. Don't make it hard for me. Google what a mission statement is and send a 2-sentence mission statement.
Each one of us are going to submit that to the communications officer, what our mission statement is. We will agree what that is. And as previously stated, we can't move forward to discuss how, what, when, where, why, and who until we establish what we are. So we have 2 minutes left in this meeting. All in favor of everyone sending that 2-sentence mission statement to Petty, please put your hands up in the comments or in the chat here.
Hello?
I see what I was saying, though.
Okay, so the record reflects that everyone has acknowledged sending PettyRo a 2-sentence mission statement. So that is something that should be done before our next meeting. Also, when is that going to be?
Can I say something first?
Who said that? Yeah, 2 minutes.
My suggestion is in writing a mission statement to consider the things that the people have asked in the process. And like I said, that will be
oh my God.
when we form this coalition, what is the conduct that warrants us to be a part of this?
It's not a mission statement.
So in that mission, if we could consider that as well, and even if we can also, kind of like what I did earlier, come to our platform and ask them, what questions they have and maybe formulate that as well, because they're going to be a part of it too. So I think that may be a good idea.
To
talk to our platform and see what they, and take the meat, spit out the bone, but just what they would want to see and what part, you know what I'm saying? I just think that we can kind of consider that in writing our mission.
But that's not a mission statement. You're wanting to go into the rules and regulations on what we're going to set after we decide what our purpose is.
Sergeant at Arms, no crosstalk. PettyRo, can you yield really quickly?
Yes, I yield.
Your statement. Right, have you finished just... No, because that's not what I was saying. I was saying considering that while writing our mission statement, considering those things when we're writing it. You know what I'm saying? So that way those things will be considered. I'm not saying use them as a mission, but consider those things as we're writing our mission statement. That's all I was saying. Thank you. Do you yield? Tea time, do you yield? I do. Thank you. Madam Commissioner, please proceed with PettyRo.
Hey, you have the floor. 2 minutes.
Okay, so that she's asking for 2 different things. Not put it in your mission statement. She's saying just think about it when you do. Don't put it in your mission statement because it's 2 totally different things. Because I know sometimes people is easily confused. Just send to me the mission statement. If you want to write you a separate list on what you think the qualifications is of excommunicating somebody, then put that on a different list. But only send me your mission statement. I'm going to read over all of them. I'm sure some of the things are going to be the same between all of us. So I'm going to compile it, whittle it down, and come up with one concise one so we all know what we here for. That's it. That's all I got.
Thank you, Patty. Commissioner, is there anything else you'd like to say before I close the meeting?
Yes. I don't feel like we accomplished anything today, honestly. I don't. And I'm disappointed. I don't feel like any of this should have been live streamed.
Ms. Nitra, was that you talking?
Yes. Did you say me? I thought you said Ms. Nitra. Oh, I thought you said Nitra. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I yield. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I apologize, Madam Commissioner. Ms. Nitra did have her hand up as well.
Oh, she's so, okay. Everybody's hand is for me, so I can't. I just thought it was for the vote.
Okay, so I'm going to lower all hands. All hands are lowered. Ms. Nitra, you were wanting to speak, I believe, correct?
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Kaplan.
Okay, I'm going to go on mute. Madam Commissioner, can you recognize Ms. Nitra?
Ms. Nitra, the floor recognizes you have 2 minutes.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. I would just like to see the next meeting, if I attend moving forward, we come in with someone with minutes, with an agenda. I think that we first need to concentrate on what we bring to our platforms. I would like to take into consideration that we not live stream, because we have cut, which I'm not live streaming, and I didn't for a reason, because I believe that if we're the source, if we're trying to take something back to the people, if we're in here reading the comments, we might as well do it live on our platforms and just pick a platform to have it on. I don't think that our approach today was anything. I think people have anticipated what's going to happen in the meeting, and we showed them. We're not even organized. And I'm very disappointed. I'm sorry. I just feel like I need to leave and be truthful, because it's live streamed and I'm sure it's going to be talked about. I think as a whole, if we're considering ourselves big content creators, and we need to be thinking bigger than what we came in this room and look like. So we need to get together. We need to have some off-the-line conversations, and we need to have an agenda. What are we doing? I yield.
Thank you. So we actually do have an agenda, and we have accomplished everything on the agenda, which initially was recognizing voting for officers, which we did, opening the. What we did not do is come to a conclusion when it comes, because we did not have a mission statement. So now that we are putting that together as a collective by sending Petty a 2-sentence representation of what you feel we should be, then we have, and you may have missed it, but we have a commissioner, we have a vice commissioner, we have a sergeant at arms, we have secretary, and we have a communications officer. So we'll have minutes at our next meeting to discuss what happened in this meeting before we proceed with the next meeting. I understand why you would think it wasn't productive, because we didn't get into the meat of our purpose, but we have to establish order first. So with that being said, TLC, you physically raising your hand. I need to be quick because we're already 6 minutes over.
Can I say something before we get up out of here, since I am the vice chairman?
Yeah, real quick. Kev, I was just real quick. I want to say thank you, Kev, for putting this together. I think it was a great idea. I think that all of us collectively being able to come together in one room and just pick each other's brains and just see what exactly it is that we need to do. It's already hard. It is.
Yep. That's right. Right.
It's an opportunity to brains come together on what we
right. I love it. I love what we doing though.
Right. So I do appreciate this, and as long as we are able to come up, it wasn't any drama, it wasn't any over talking, it wasn't any disrespect. We just all have to figure out what it is. I think Patty's idea is to get the mission statement together. So I do believe that we did, and that's coming up with, just going board and just doing this again. So I just want to look at things. I'm just trying to be. I think that we did some. It wasn't perfect. It's not going to be any movement It's not going to start perfect and then tomorrow great people that's going to march on and lead. It has to start first. Anybody that knows, if you ever start a business, if you ever worked for a corporate company, you ever work for any type of organization, it's always, we go to the drawing board.
I am.
Stuff that may not work, and then we back again. It's part of organizing something that can be big if we don't just let it let the stuff that didn't work out deter us from what it is that we're really trying to do, the overall objective. So I thank y'all for this. Hopefully, we continue moving forward and it becomes something really great in the end.
Okay, let's go.
Before we got, I just wanted to say real quick before we get up out of here. Pessimism is the enemy of progress, and although this has been, a little bit mundane, I think that it's a start. Every journey starts with the first step, and so even with the lack of organization and everything, this is not something that was planned out and meticulously thought out. It was a starting point. So, with respect to those that feel like we haven't accomplished anything, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Hopefully, you'll continue to participate so that we can continue to see the progress that we're looking and we're talking about. We will eventually come up with a common agreement as far as how we're all going to move and how we're going to resolve conflict and problems and people that come with us with those same conflict and problems. But right now, a lot of what we talked about is putting the cart before the horse, and we got to first decide who we are to each other before we can start deciding who we're trying to be to everybody else.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, guys. What else do I do, Captain?
Well, I would like to
recommend. Can I say something right quick, Chef?
Who is that?
Hey, Rick.
Well, I don't even see you anymore. Where are you?
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but you're not here.
Okay, now I just want to. Can I just say something real quick? I ain't gonna take that long. Yeah, I just want to. I want to say thank you to everybody that took the first step, which is coming together as a whole, as a collective. It got to start somewhere. I think we absolutely accomplished something because we got people that haven't been around each other in years. Like they're in the same spaces in years. So that's a major step. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tea Time for the game that she giving. As always, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to start somewhere, man.
Did he just shoot his shot?
But I think I absolutely. I'm speaking for myself. I'm absolutely going to take something away from what we do. That's why I was just listening. You know what I'm saying? I listen when I need to listen. I talk when I need to talk. But I'm absolutely walking away with a different mindset than I had prior to us having this meeting. So shout out to for goddamn even just coming through, reaching out to people and putting this play together, man. I think it's an awesome idea, and I think this shit gonna be bigger than what we look for it to be. We just gotta stay down, man, and continue this shit on, and don't change. What the goal is. We know the goal. The goal is to be better. With everything that you do as a person, you want to be better. You should be aiming to be better, and make sure that you have like-minded people in your spaces and people that's going to respect your platform. You dig what I'm saying? As long as the people come in with like-minded and respecting what you got going on in your platform, then a lot of the bullshit going to dismiss itself. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my little touch on that, man.
Okay. Madam Commissioner, may I be recognized? This is Kappa. I have my hand up. I just want to say that for the first meeting, we did get a lot accomplished, and I don't want anybody to be discouraged. We do have a lot of creators that are streaming us and watching us at this point. And whether we all agree on any topic whatsoever, we are showing that we can be amicable towards each other. We're setting an example of how to come together and work out differences and issues. And we're not going to agree on everything, and that's why each person have one vote. I believe that this is a very good start to creating wholesome spaces for everybody, also, too, while holding ourselves accountable. So I would like to thank Kev and the other members that recommended me or asked me to be a part of this. I appreciate y'all time today, and I yield.
Thank you. I do.
Oh, bitch.
I'm sorry, Sharon. I wanted to clear something up because Kat, appreciate you, and I don't want to leave this meeting without you knowing that I appreciate you for getting us together. When I say I'm disappointed, I don't think we should live stream because I love to have clarity. I think before we live stream and we involve the public, we need to know who we are together as a collective. So let me clear up how I said it. I don't think we should live stream. I think that we should have something to take back to the people. And that's, Kevin, hats off to you. I don't want you to think that we did not get anything accomplished. So I apologize for how I said it earlier.
Do you listening? Okay, she. I personally, I want to thank Kappa, Silent, Kate, Kev, for, well, Kappa, Silent, and Kappa and Silent for putting this together, setting the agenda, educating me on how meetings like this should roll. Kev, I recognize it to 100% your idea. I honestly, I did not think I would actually win the vote. But I know that, you know, together we're going to accomplish what it is that you wanted to set forth with the whole point of us coming together. So I appreciate those that voted for me to be commissioner. I'm learning. So forgive me for asking for help from Capra and whoever else. Everybody's been patient. Everybody's been understanding. I appreciate everybody being the adults that I know you all can be. Like Jonesy said, we're main characters. We all are big personalities. And so people that said we couldn't because we are such big personalities, because there may some egos, there was some beef, but there isn't anymore. The whole point, for those that are listening, the whole point of this ultimately is just be better. That's it. That's all. Be better. It's not.
I want to, Freddie.
Making one a pariah. It's about building up one particular person. It's about us as melanated people that God created us to show that we can just be better. We gotta be better. Because 2024 has been, it's been a year, and we ain't even April yet. So I'm not going to take up any more time. According to the agenda, this is where I would say we are going to carry over to our next meeting. We will have minutes read. Petty will collective every one of their 2 sentence mission statement. I am going to set a date. You have 5 days to get that to her. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days to get that to Petty so that she can make it one hodgepodge idea of us. Now, how do we decide when the next meeting is? Do I decide that, Kappa, or is that agreed on by the collective?
You make a recommendation and everybody do the raise hand to vote. Make a recommendation 30 days, 2 weeks.
Recommend today.
I want to thank Kappa. I want to thank Kappa and Miss PettyRo too. I want to thank because they are about it. Ain't gonna count. Salute, respect, Kappa and Miss PettyRo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Today is the 22nd of March 2024. I'm gonna say let's give it a.
That's March 20th.
April 5th. Is everybody okay with that date?
Is it a Friday?
It's a Friday.
What's the date again?
April the no. We're not doing it on Friday. No, I'm sorry. I remember. No, not Fridays. Let's say April 3rd. Yeah. That's on a Wednesday.
I have to do April 3rd. Okay.
What time?
You say April 3rd on Wednesday?
Same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, 5 p.m.
Yeah. I'd still be
on Wednesday.
But I just go on and type my answers in the chat.
Y'all can hear me?
Right. We got a date. We got a mission statement to do.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Slim, we can hear you, boy.
I'm sorry,
Look,
y'all.
man, I was just trying to say April 3rd. April 3rd ain't gonna work for me.
Can
April
everyone
3rd
hear
ain't
me
gonna
now?
work for me. That's the day I get my welfare check. I'm gonna be out there trying to ball.
Can y'all hear me?
I move that we remove Slim
Yes,
from the
Commissioner.
coalition. Thank you very much.
Yes, Commissioner, we can hear you.
Immediate.
Okay, so it's April 3rd. If you're good with April 3rd, can you please put hands up in the chat?
So y'all don't want me to borrow my welfare money. That's cool. I'll be here.
Good. That was good, y'all. I liked it. Thank y'all.
Okay, April 3rd it is. I apologize, guys. It keeps kicking me out. April 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central.
Yeah, it was good to me. Thank you.
Can we note that silent?
Yeah.
It is silent.
Please.
The mission statement is due in 5 days to PettyRo. Can we note that?
Every time I try to start getting sneezing and, all that stuff.
Now, I move to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Second that, aye.
How about we just say bye? Just say bye. Just say bye.
All opposed, nay.
All right, see y'all later.
You.
Man, y'all tap in with y'all a little later, man. I'm gonna go get me something.
Ayes have it.
Goddamn.
Yeah, just say bye. I know bye. Okay. So, is y'all happy? Y'all got to hear the meeting. It wasn't much for me to say. So, not you ready for refreshment. Listen, I done got hungry all over again. I'm hungry. Yeah, it was over 2 hours. It was supposed to be 1 hour. That's why I made the suggestion. If we gonna set a time, then stay on time because, yeah. Guess I'm gonna go in there and cook me a sandwich or something. Why y'all fighting? What y'all wrestling, boxing? What y'all doing? Oh Lord. Not pound cake and sweet tea will be served in the basement. Y'all is stupid. Yeah, I'm finna go cook me a sandwich. Thank you, Peace Be Still. I did. What? What you finna say? You finna go get us something to eat?
No, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get another house.
You got an interview Thursday? Good. How I cook a sandwich? If I go in there and make me a fried bologna and egg sandwich, I gotta cook the egg and cook the bologna.
I'll find your daughter.
No, I'm not. I just put gas in. I'm not wasting my gas on time.
I just filled my truck up to $128.
Well, Lord, look at that.
I called Mark today too.
Okay.
I selling my truck. He said what they'll do, they'll just pay me for it. And then that's it. Like, he probably sending me a link. I can find the value.
Okay, your soul hurt 128. 128 what? Oh, how much gas he put in? Yep. He know.
I know what.
That I'm on live. Cause he know I ain't sitting here talking to him. How do I feel about the meeting? It was a start. It was a start. Some of the stuff was the cart before the horse. It got a little carried away. Because we don't even know who we supposed to be to the people. Like, so you can't set up rules and regulations and protocols and all of that stuff if you don't even know who you supposed to be. So, ain't no name. Damn, I don't know. Everybody. That's the name. Everybody. Everybody in the group. That's the name. Everybody in the group. Okay, well, I mean, I guess y'all don't want nothing else. Hold on, let me check. Uh-oh, I lost my phone. I'm hungry too, King. Okay, let me look right quick. Oops, wrong thing. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Send that to me. Send it to me. Cause baby. Send it to me.
I'm in another video. I can't. I gotta
send it to me.
I got myself on the
Oh my God.
I'll find it.
Just send it to me.
Okay, just cut the end of it.
Yes. Just
give me a minute, girl.
You want a grilled cheese? I got stuff in there to make a grilled cheese. I mean, you really don't need but grill and the cheese. But I don't want that to eat tonight. So I don't want that tonight. I think I'm gonna go make me another fried egg and bologna sandwich. I'm finna go. Well, I'm already in the bed. I think I'm trying to catch a cold. So I'm finna go take me some cold medicine and I'm finna go to bed. Yeah, the grill and the cheese. Yeah. So anyway, I'ma see y'all later. I might see y'all in the streets later. I don't know. Thank y'all for everybody that came in. Thank you for everybody that tapped, that sent gifts, that sent cash app. I appreciate you. Y'all have a good night. Get y'all some good rest. Don't be out here windmilling. Just be out here being nosy so you can bring it back and we can talk about it. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.